Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the south, more specifically Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And this is something I've been waiting quite some time for months and months and months. Ripley's, believe it or not, has been closed, undergoing remodeling. And apparently they have put in more money into this Ripley's than any other Ripley's before it. And now it is finally open. Behold, the Gatlinburg Ripley's, believe it or not. Looks like they've kind of embraced the local forest theme. We've got what looks to be a fox playing a banjo up there. There's a bear drinking moonshine. Yes, this is definitely the Gatlinburg themed attraction. Got a tent over there with some feet sticking out. They have returned the big ball that you can move with your hands. But I'm most excited about this, the Ripley's Possum. Robert Ripley got this bell in 1922. And I guess you can make a wish and ring a bell. I wish everyone that watches these videos has a wonderful day. That was okay. That was a nice ring, I think. There are some very small traces of the old theming, the earthquake theme. So some cracks down here under the awning. This poor bear here was murdered by this woman who killed it with one strike of her mighty frying pan. Check this out, this is pretty awesome. All these different pieces. See the beating heart right there. And look at this, it's going to come together. Humanity restored. That is pretty cool. There's one of their trademark inflated taxidermy cow heads. And there it is, the two-trunked elephant. Legitimate taxidermy, two-trunked elephant, along with his buddy, the albino giraffe. And there's an actual bird flying around in here too. Jennifer Lawrence, made of peanuts. I hope you don't have an allergy. There's the Lent Last Supper. A little elevator ride through here. And wow. Yes, nothing more fun than a shrunken head photo op. And there's our boy there holding the shrunken head.
You know, Ripley made a cartoon about me too. He once called me the most remarkable man in the world.
Oh, it's Johnny Head.
I was born without legs. I can do anything a normal person can do and more.
Here we have the famed wild wolf girl, Kamala. Got the trophy vault here. There's a very rare shrunken torso. I don't remember this window being opened to overlook. As you can see the ski lift from there. Twirling, twirling, twirling head. Oh, here comes another one. They've definitely upped their shrunken head game here. There he is, the man himself, Robert Ripley. Nothing phases him, not even the fact that he's holding a vicious constrictor. In case you're looking for a place to put your umbrella, there is an elephant foot umbrella stand. Here's one of the all-time classic exhibits here at Ripley's in Gatlinburg. The amazing Mr. Ito is a man who made an exact replica of himself using mirrors, and he even used his own hair to create this facsimile of himself. There's Buddha, made out of $1 million. Just like Buddha would want. Wonder why they call her the Loch-Nosed Woman. Oh yeah, makes sense. There's our buddy Wang, the human unicorn. One of the all-stars here at Ripley's. Okay, it's making a weird hat appear off my, oh, there we go. I have a mohawk and Google eyes. That's kind of interesting. Wang over here's got some weird mask on. Wang's got Google eyes, and I'm a Chinese dragon, apparently. All right, this is, whatever this is, pretty interesting. Oh, now what am I? That's crazy. Edward Agner, the world's thinnest man, and because he is in Gatlinburg, he is juggling jugs of moonshine. Juggling jugs. In our normal rogues gallery of Ripley's favorites, the lighthouse man with a candle in his skull, and the croc-toothed man with his horrifying teeth. Oh wow, they have a Ripley's dating match where you put your hand and it matches you with a specific Ripley's figure. Let's put our hands here, see what we get. Who's going to be our match? Oh, it's Grace McDaniels, the world's ugliest woman, so known as the mule-faced woman. Well, I guess we have to get married now. Here's a new one. I haven't seen him before. Short E Dangerously, the insane no-legged skateboarder. The king of freaks himself, my favorite, Johnny Heck. Oh, that guy just shrunk significantly before our eyes. Alpius, the prince encaged in a bird cage. This is interesting. This was the Horn Man skull. He was a circus performer that claimed that he had real horns growing out of his skull, but an autopsy revealed he didn't have horns. He just glued them to his skull. You can actually see the marks in his skull. I don't know what's more impressive, growing natural horns or installing them yourself. Here is the Mexican vampire woman. She better be careful because right over here is a vampire killing kit. I guess they just keep this right here in case she gets out of control. Yes, 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 Mr. Wadlow. So glad to have you back. So Willie Camper, whose hand is that big, he could hold a dozen eggs in his hand. Let's see how many we can hold. I think I could get at least 2 dozen. 4. Here's where you can see how bendy you are. Of course, tour at your own risk. Yeah, why not? Not a very good commercialist. Cheers to you, Mr. Tom Thumb. Oh, I'm sorry, General Tom Thumb. And there's a Wadlow shoe right there. I guess that's a normal people's shoe, just to give you some perspective. And here we have Lucia Zarate. That is the world's smallest woman of all time. You can see her feet right there. She only comes up to about there. Here's some ridiculous miniatures. The smallest mousetrap, which I guess is used to catch flies. The smallest razor, which I guess is used to shave flies. There's the smallest telegraph ever delivered by Western Union. And the world's smallest business card. Not a good business strategy to have a card so small, because it is easy to get lost. Emma Watson made of spices. Oh, she's so spicy. Some television props. There's a jacket and a mask used in The Walking Dead. If that's too normal, we have Rick Grimes painted in barbecue sauce. Freaky. Did you know that moon Bibles were a thing? Well, they got 2 of them. Here is an Apollo moon Bible stored in a Fabergé egg. And then over here, we have another moon Bible. I guess it's like stored in code. Here's a crazy rope bridge. Whoa! Whoa! Kind of walking a tightrope here. It's a little freaky. We're good. Lots of people down there. Not been to that floor yet. Alright, I'm not sure if this is my master controls. Got a little space glove there. Got a start. Transmission. Electrical. Okay, space glove's not the easiest thing to use. I gotta turn the electrical on. The airlock, I gotta use this key. This key. Ah, forget it. I'm no spaceman. Now, I don't normally do the souvenir crushed pennies, but how can I say no when Robert Ripley himself and his awesome pith helmet is gonna smash the pennies for me.
Hello, friend.
Oh. There it is. Got a two-headed calf flattened penny. Here we have a gallery at miniature art. Look at these microscopes to see it. See if we can catch a glimpse. Oh. There we go. Homer and Bart on a pinhead. Hey, Zoltar. These kids are fighting over who gets to sit in the giant chair. I hate to be this guy, but this is not the world's tallest rocking chair. I've been underneath the world's largest rocking chair. It's supposed to be an older Merlin. It doesn't take dollars. This man right here, Dwayne Katz, he had a tattoo on his arm, but he rubbed it in salt and pickled it and removed it. And there it is, right there. Kinda gross, but kinda awesome too. There's a parachute dummy used in D-Day. His name's Rupert. He's very small. Very, very tiny. Got a little Charles Manson there. There's his fingerprints. This is Annie Oakley's gun. Got this like digital screen in front of it. There it is. Electric doctor in a box. All those glass tubes are designed to be stuck in different orifices. This is pretty awesome. This is a robotic megalodon submarine, I guess. And inside there's evil robots operating things. Some Ripleys have a whole torture section, and they keep things nice and simple with a nice torture box here. You got your basic torture implements, nothing too extreme. I've never been one to live by rules. I've always followed my own code. Terrified. There you have it. Just a good old, solid, creepy mummy. For more fun with mummies, we got a mummified falcon and a mummified hand. Can you, can you get wishes off a mummy hand? Invincibility belt. Apparently that gives its wearers invincibility. If I ever do a heist in this place, this is the first thing I'm taking. Shooting gallery here definitely has a Gatlinburg theme. Oh, there's the Cuban Popeye coming out of the moonshine still. Now a lot of Ripleys will have matchstick sculptures. This is the biggest one I've seen. This is Hogwarts made out of matchstick. Little thing on some fake items. There's a Fiji mermaid. I'm so glad they kept him. I was worried they'd get rid of him. The Gatlinburg Fiji mermaid. Of course they say he's not real, but he's real to me. There's a real three-legged pigeon. Coffin sales and miniatures. Little tiny caskets that he can bring in his suitcase and show you what your cat's gonna look like. Here's the Gurner making his famous face, but apparently now he's a massive Tennessee sports fan. It's a genuine Brushy Mountain prison cell. They had this as an old exhibit, but now you can actually go inside of it. I guess these are crimes you can commit here at Ripley's. Failure to believe, acting like a total weirdo, possession of a shrunken head, and unauthorized use of a two-trunked elephant. Not entirely sure why the Cuban Popeye is locked up here at Brushy Mountain. This room has some really random things in it. Look, there's just like a random chastity belt hanging there on the wall. Alright, this is strange. You got these little people made out of nuts, and you hit the button down here, and look what happens. A taxidermied squirrel jumps up and scares them, and that's it. Whoa, what is going on? It's like a house of cards vibrating violently. Yeah, I guess everything doesn't have to make sense. Pop it like it's hot. Are those popcorn sculptures? You can play this, push these buttons. I guess it's like a wash basin guitar. Trippy fun this way in the kaleidoscope room. So I guess, where do we go here? Oh, wow, that was intense. Clint Eastwood made of shotgun shells. Get off my lawn. Caution, these weapons are sharp. Well, not all sharp. This one's not sharp, it's just used for beating. There we have a beaded horse right next to it. Big old gun. Gun, 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 gun. Gun, 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 gun. Gun, 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 gun. Washington's hair, let's clone him. John Ferraro. His skull's twice as thick as the normal person's, so he uses it to smash things and bend metal against. Good on you. There's a hammer he used to bend over his skull, and I guess he pounded these nails into this board and metal with his skull. Space cowboy. I guess Nikola Tesla is the space cowboy. Oh, look at that. Big old Tesla coil. Now this is Shimoni. He would apparently did a sideshow act where he would climb in an oven with a leg of lamb, and he'd come out and he'd be fine, but the leg of lamb would be cooked. Sounds dangerous. I really like a lot of these new characters I've not seen before in other Ripleys, such as Acro Brit. Apparently she does a handstand and then fires a bow and arrow with her feet. Currently she is fighting this dragon. I guess this is the one artifact they've not moved or altered, the big chunk of the Berlin Wall. They did, however, add the one-armed wallpaper hanger over here on the side. I guess he's hanging some wallpaper on the Berlin Wall. Here's my wheelhouse, the Weasel tennis match. Uh-oh, looks like it's gone awry. This Weasel has become very angry, and I guess he had hit the referee in the crotch with his tennis racket. Oh, he's John McEnroe. The squirrel was actually captured in Sherwood Forest, and so they turned him into Robin Hood. Inflated guinea pig head. Nothing wrong with that. This is an interesting piece of artwork here. This is an interesting medium I've not heard of before. It is vomit art. It is created by adding food coloring to soy milk, and the painter, she gobbles that down and then just goes to town barfing all over the painting. They even have some graphic videos of her sticking her fingers down her throat. Oh my goodness. Dog hair vest. Just don't wear it out in the rain. Again, I don't want to be that guy, but they say this is a mop lamb, but wouldn't these horns indicate maybe this is a ram? My baby Jesus. here we have our normal Ripley's photo man turned into a hiker, a local hiker here in the Smoky Mountains. And there's his ever-present girlfriend. Actually, someone commented on one of my videos that they knew the model for this. It's a teenage girl that modeled, and now she is in every Ripley's. All right, now we're going into some sort of cave. Reach inside? What's inside? Oh, it's just a turtle. Could have looked at something dangerous. Oh, why does a secret door have the word secret door written on it? Oh, a little bear. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, let's reach inside again. A beaver tail. Ah, it feels rubbery. This is amazing. You can design your own prank of nature. Let's see what we're going to start. What's our base animal? We got a pig, a sheep, a turtle. I'm going to have to go with a kitty. What is this? Oh, extra leg. Got an extra leg in the back. Extra leg in the front. Guess we can need 2 tails, 2 heads, antlers, and wings. Oh, very nice. Let's just choose a pattern. I guess we'll go with zebra. Oh, that's cute. Choose a color. Blue zebra stripes. And next, choose eyes. Let's see, 3 eyes. Oh, and a collar. Let's go with this nice little swanky collar here. And finally, a background. That looks like an animal that would hang out in the snow. There we go. Success, that's one weird pet. Email your image to... There's a deer that had a wasp nest stuck in his antlers, and maybe not surprisingly, he died of bee stings. Y'all needing a bear hug? The real crapshoot. Touch these mysterious hunks of question mark. That's an iron meteorite. Oh, that's poop. I'm touching poop. Look at this horse. He walked on his hind legs. That's crazy. Looks almost like, reminds me of the Jersey Devil. We got a little 2-headed calf down there as well. Wow, we got all sorts of freaks in here. 3-legged chicken, Siamese piglets connected to the back. What's that, an 8-legged pig right there. Adorable 5-legged lamb. I'm sure this deer is really wondering how he got himself in this situation. I do like to focus on the local exhibits, the Synchronous Fireflies. They appear in the Elkmont Campground, the only place in the world besides Japan, and getting tickets to see them is harder than getting tickets to see the Beatles. It's a 6-legged deer, although these legs are awfully tiny. There's a Siamese calf. There's people walking over us, top of us in that bridge. There's the famous English pub fox. He's very, very dapper looking. Shot in the back. It's a buffalo bone that actually has a genuine arrowhead stuck in its spinal column. I'm not sure what this is. I guess you gotta scoop away the sand to make more room for water for these lizards. Oh wait, there's something buried there. What is it? What is it? That got covered by water. There you have it, the brand new Ripley's, believe it or not, here in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Now a lot of times people ask me, what's your favorite Ripley's? I've been to all but 3. I'm gonna say this, probably at this point. I haven't seen the other 3, but this is probably my favorite so far. I think, they have done a lot of new stuff, interactive stuff for the kids, but I think they've preserved enough of the old stuff to kind of leave something for everyone. So I'm thinking this in Gatlinburg is the best Ripley's. Now, that being said, I will very soon be checking out the other 3 Ripley's and coming out with a final verdict. But I appreciate you guys watching. Please check down in the description below. You can check out the other Ripley's, believe it or not, that I have been to, as well as the other fun attractions. Also, if you'd like to contribute to this channel, there's a t-shirt shop down there, as well as my Patreon page. And if you'd like to donate $3 a month, I will happily send you postcards while I'm out and about on my road trips. But for now, this one's in the bag.